Travis Wayne Goodsell. Why is it that Mormons have a dual personality? They talk the talk, they'll go to church today. Church, they'll say that the church is true, Book of Mormon's true, it's translated, and real history, Joseph Smith gave succession to Brigham Young, etc., etc., etc. And yet, online, when they can hide their identity, they're trolls. They're mean, bully, abusive cyber trolls. And sending death threats and lashing out at people who don't believe as they do. And it's strange. That's dual personalities. And they have their own channel. They have cell phones of which they can make their own videos and upload them onto their channel. They don't have to be creative, they don't have to be clever, they can just get on there, do a video saying, "Oh, I know the church is true," and they'll get thousands of views of Mormons who, "Oh, you're so brave, oh, that's awesome, church is so true." Why can't they do that? Why can't they leave the rest of us alone? Why can't they focus on themselves and their position in the church and their standing with God? Why do they have to attack others? This is a bizarre behavioral problem in Mormonism that I've seen all through growing up, and it makes no sense. I mean, yeah, I had my own foibles, but there were instances where I was caught. For example, I come home from Rick's, and my sister says that I'm acting like Bugs Bunny or something. And that caught my attention as I'm pondering about that, and I'm going, oh, okay, I see how TV has influenced me as I want to replicate the things that I thought were funny and cool or whatever. And then younger than that, as a kid, my grandma was watching my siblings and I play a board game. In fact, I don't even think she was watching us. She was just with me talking, and said that she's disapproving of how I'm out for blood when I play board games. And I can't lash out at her. She's my grandma. But I pondered about that, and I wondered, am I really out for blood when I play my brothers and sisters? Because board games are designed for people to pursue winning over the others. But am I out for blood? and it's those types of things that helped me when I became a father, though for a very brief period of time. And so maybe Mormons, these particular trolls, have not had that experience of, oh my God, what am I doing? Am I that insecure of my testimony? Am I that frail in the faith that I have to attack other people rather than focusing on improving myself before God? But yeah, it's a bizarre phenomenon, and yet I have regulars who specifically stalk me and my uploads. And if you're aware, when you're signed in, you watch a video, it'll show a little red line at the bottom of it to show that you've already seen it. And so these guys apparently are signed in because they know which videos to put the thumbs down on. And it's wild that they would spend all their time tracking me, because I don't think you get notifications on your phone, like when I post a video it dings on your phone. That would be weird. And so because I don't know, I use the computer, and so I turn off notifications. I don't want to be dinged while I'm working on something else. I see it on the TV news. They have a guest on, and then you'll hear this dinging on their computer. It's like, come on, guys, turn off notifications. I know it can be done on your cell phones too, it's weird. And then, yeah, I've told you guys about the one particular guy who keeps sending me death threats. I ban him, I complain about him to YouTube, say, hey, this guy is at it again, and he disappears. YouTube punishes me with some kind of retaliation, which leads me to believe that he's either a fellow Mormon supporting this abuser, or it's an actual YouTube employee who's doing it, not supporting another abuser. But I mean, dear God, I mean, to shut down my views as a YouTube employee, I mean, it's clear their YouTube employees are also targeting me specifically, because you can see it on Travis Wayne Goodsell especially, because I used to be getting thousands of views, and now I'm lucky if I can break 50, and that's only for some of the bigger ones lately. And it used to be 20. As I mean, dear God, what is wrong with Mormons? I do understand that when social media first came out, the church was all for it, saying get on YouTube or get on your social media accounts and spread the gospel to all the world. You know, do your own stuff. And then the church had a massive exodus with, you know, I've shown that clip. The church had a massive exodus of active members. And they're only down to about 3 million by now. And so the church then said, okay, well, obviously social media backfired. And so then they went on a stay away from social media campaign. Don't do it. Stay away. Seriously? You know, it may have been because Mormons posted their videos, and X's and antis and nons all came and did what Mormons are now doing back as retaliation, maybe? Maybe that's what it is. But I mean, if Mormons are that ignorant of their own religion that they can't answer questions, and yes, there are people who have found stuff on the internet, so they aren't really asking a sincere question. It's a question they already know there is no answer for. And Mormons feel trapped when asked those questions. They're very insecure, and the prophets aren't coming out with oh, okay, this is the answer to this question, this is the answer to that question, and the Mormons can go, yay, we thank thee, O God, for a prophet. You know, and he's standing up for the church. They're not, are they? The prophets are not answering any of the questions. And instead, they're coming out with, we hate the gays, we hate blacks, we hate women, we hate the poor, and we're going to ban and punish and restrict, you know, protect LDS children. Church didn't want to. They're bishops. They're inspired by God. Leave them alone. No, they're committing serious, disturbing practices that need to stop. But see, the church just, it can't pass muster. And maybe that's what it is that these trolls know it, and that they just want to be a part of a gang and to be left alone, as they are the bullies, extorting and threatening like a gang does, tagging the internet, forcing Google and search engines on the social media platforms to put the church's stuff as top priority. See, I still think GameStop was by Mormons. The church had an invested interest in GameStop. That was what was revealed. And wouldn't Mormons be interested and invested in making the church succeed even more? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all as if these GameStop guys were actually Mormon. Because the whistleblower comes out, the business marketplace or insider comes out with the full list of investments for Ensign Peak Associates, and now that it's been well known after the coronavirus, all of a sudden GameStop. And so yeah, GameStop was one of the losing stocks of the church until this whole GameStop thing. So that wouldn't surprise me at all, as if there was some kind of insider trading due to Mormon interests to protect the church, just like they do as trolls on social media. So I don't get it. You know, you'd think that they would focus on their own lives, but that is conservatism too. Conservatives think that they have to control the lives of all other people. And so they bully and suppress, and silence, and cheat, and lie, and deceive, and they insist that their way is the right way, and when you actually look at it, their way is anarchy. A survival of the fittest. And an authoritarian can't live under that condition, because even though there have been a consistent stream throughout all of history of authoritarians, all their governments collapse, and rather quickly. Such a governmental system cannot sustain itself, because everybody's trying to be the king of the mountain. And once you're the top guy under that kind of a system, everybody's gunning for you. And that's what I guess these Mormons are wanting, is they're purposely, you know, because when they send me death threats, when they put thumbs down on my videos, when they're trying to silence me, it doesn't change my view that the church is wrong. Born and raised Mormon, I learned the precepts of the gospel. And through those precepts, I learned the church is wrong. Oops! No wonder the current prophets don't want Mormons to follow those precepts, and created a spiritual witness to replace the original precept of manifestation in the physical reality. They can't allow it. You know, I've been hearing Nelson and Oaks, they keep talking about it. They talk about how they do it right, but then tell Mormons to do it wrong. In the same talk. It's just weird. So, yeah, I've got to get going, I guess, this morning. But it makes no sense why Mormons can't just go away. Why do they have to come to this video? Are they that threatened by my information? Well, they should. Because, like I said, I followed the original precepts of Mormonism and found out it was wrong, which means physical manifestation of the truth. See, Mormons cannot tell me to deny the truth. I won't do it. You guys can go bleep yourself. So you can death threat me all you want. You will not bully me into submission. YouTube, they'll ban my channel for a period of time. It's not going to stop me. It's not going to change my mind. You can murder me. It's not going to change my mind. I can't deny the truth. You know, the guy who got arrested in Belarus or something like that, he came out reading a confession. I wouldn't have done that. I would have realized I'm here to die. You know, but other people, they think that these guys are going to show mercy if they conform and comply. They don't. Once you are held hostage, you have to consider that your life is over. And so any information you give them, any cooperation you give them, yeah, they're just going to murder you anyway in the end. They don't care about your life. And so I don't understand why Mormons think that they're going to get me to confess the church is actually true. It makes no sense. None whatsoever. So, I mean, yeah, I've already been tortured. Been in the emergency room of the hospital because the church did that to me. The church paid to have me locked up. Not criminally locked up, just locked away for 6 years of my life. And I almost was murdered because they paid to have me murdered. Now the thing is, they can't come out and order the murder, order the lockup. They exert their mafia pressure in code. Take care of that for us, is what they will say. And it's supposed to be understood that the person now has to commit a crime to take care of the situation. Unfortunately, those who are ordered by the church in this manner suck at assassination and suck at keeping me locked up for the rest of my life. Because it forces the church to come out and actually give the order. Take him out, murder him. I don't want him living. Because, oh no, the prophet is telling me to assassinate somebody? Is the church really true? And so, yeah, Brigham Young was involved in the Mountain Meadows Massacre. Don't be fooled by Mormons who try to say, oh no, he wrote a letter that was dated after. To stop. Don't do it. Oh no, it happened? Oh, okay. No punishments for the guy then. Seriously? It's like Mormons purposely play the dumb card. There was a period where that was happening. Was it the 90s or was it the early 2000s where people were just playing the dumb card? Oh, it wasn't me. I don't know. Well, you're nobody called today. There's the theme song.